I'm sure that most people did not believe that there was a gap in the Mercedes-Benz range between the GLA and the GLC SUVs. Well, the Mercedes marketing people thought different. So they've given us the GLB. But it's not just a stopgap between GLA and GLC. If you look at the lines, and we'll see as we go around the car, it's much bolder, squarer, stands a bit higher, and is more of what you would expect from an off-roader than just an SUV crossover vehicle. So you've got, of course, really good LED headlights, which have even a turning facility, multi-beam, of course, daytime running lights. It's got all those features you'd expect. You come around, you'll see the nice bold body cladding around the vehicle, 19-inch mag wheels, of course. Big wheels seem to be the way to go these days. I'm not as sure of that, but it is what it is, and it is the way they market. You'll see roof rails on top, pretty sturdy ones at that. So you've got all of those kind of features. Nice long body over here. And if I open up the back door, what you'll see on our test vehicle, it looks magnificent, but I really don't know how practical it would be in the long term, especially if you have kids, is this beautiful cream off-white upholstery. Looks beautiful. You can see lots of legroom for the back seat, and down over there, a very good feature, you'll see 2 charging points in the center over there. So they certainly are thinking of and catering for family usage, and I like that feature very much. You can see just generally all the kind of features you get. Isofix, of course, on the 2 outer seats. Now this one we're driving now is a 5-seat version, but as we come around to the rear, and you'll see pretty substantial C-pillar over here, and you come to the back, and I pop open the boot, which of course is auto opening. You'll see a very large boot in 5-seat format, but just picture if you do option the extra 2 seats, you're going to get the old story of limited boot space when you do that, but at least you have the option. And it's nice that Mercedes have given the option in the GLB, because of course you don't get it in GLA and GLC. You got to reach pretty high up for how they've set that, and you press the button, you close it. We're in the GLB250, which means we're powered by a 2-liter petrol turbo engine, giving 165 kilowatts and a very big 350 Newton meters of torque. The only other engine option in the range is the 220 diesel, which gives you 140 kilowatts out of that diesel, 2-liter diesel, but it does come with 4MATIC all-wheel drive, whereas this one is front-wheel drive. So there's a difference for you. Let's check it out from the driver's seat. On the road, you can certainly feel the urge from that 165 kilowatts, 350 Newton meters, and the 8-speed dual clutch automatic gearbox. It is really smooth, really nice, really comfortable. And I must say, this car had, shall I call it, sportier driving, power, handling than I actually was expecting. I've been driving a lot of the diesel versions from the brand lately, and they're not quite the same. This one I really found had that extra bit of oomph to it. Quite a bit of fun. Yeah, you'll pay for it at the fuel tank, I know that. But then buy the diesel. It's quite simple. Behind the wheel is certainly a familiar place for Mercedes cars, so I'm not going to say too much over here or show you too much, because it's very, very similar to many others in the range. But what I want to show you is we've done 293 kilometers so far on this test, averaging 8.7 liters per 100. What I can tell you is we did do an open road cruise on the weekend, and it showed 6.6 when we're cruising on the open road. So I certainly think that's a pretty good figure. The rest of that, of course, you've got your normal little touch pads over here, etc., on the steering to change the screens. I'm not going to go through all of those now. They are very standard. You do have active cruise control. If you have a look over here, you'll see that shows you can set the distance behind the car in front, that following distance. That's a very, very important feature. Beyond that, this car does not have electric seat adjustment. Well, you know how it goes with these cars. That's an option. You either choose it or you don't choose it. Up to you. But what it does, of course, have is on the beautiful 12-inch screen over there, you do get your reverse camera and your overhead camera over there that certainly show you everything you want, and also give you a forward function for a few moments when you put the car into drive. So those are nice features to have. Beyond over here, yet again, I'm simply going to say very, very familiar territory. And I'm not going to keep repeating everything because I think you know what I'm saying over here. You get this carbon sort of effect on the dash over here. And you, of course, get the ambient lighting, which you can change colors, which is a purple hue at the moment. But, of course, my favorite toy on all the current models is, hey, Mercedes. Hey, Mercedes.
How may I help you?
Change the ambient lighting to green.
Okay, I'm changing the color.
And there you see slowly but surely it changes to green on the ambient lighting there on the dash and on the doors. It's a little toy, it's a little trick, I know, but it's certainly, I never get tired of playing with it. You come back down to the center stack over here. You have got inductive charging for your cell phone down there. And of course, you've got a port over there. Standard over here again. I'm not going to spend time. You've got all the different buttons. You've got your scrolling touchpad. And of course, you've got your multi-mode transmission over here. Dynamic or comfort or eco. I have left it in comfort for this entire test so far. I'll be honest with you. You pop open over here and you'll see, again, standard, you do have USB ports in here as well. So you're certainly well catered for in that area with this car. And I think that is a very important feature in modern cars today. Well, you've seen the space. You've seen the fact that it's a bit of a more squared off-roader as opposed to the soft roaders in the GLA and GLB ranges. So that is important. But what's it going to cost you? That is really the important point. Well, in base form for a GLB250, you're looking at 840,000 Rand. I'm rounding it off. But we all know panoramic roofs like I've got over here, other features can add to the price. So you can play as much as you want with the options boxes and go where you want with the car. It really is up to you, as it always is. You've got features like lane departure, you've got blind spot warning. Obviously, you have all of those features in this car, and you get 7 airbags as well. So, a niche that I never thought existed, and I'm sure many people didn't believe existed, has plugged a hole and created a whole new little market niche for them, which I'm struggling to actually think of a direct competitor. The GLA and GLC, they're plenty competitors, as we know, from Audi, from BMW, from Lexus, from, the list goes on. But this one is, at the moment, a little bit of a standalone, and maybe that's very, very clever marketing from Mercedes-Benz South Africa. Let's just see. And I'm going to be asked by my lady helper how she can help me right now because I said that M word. Terrible thing to say, and it's trying to ask me if I want to call my father on his mobile.
What can I do for you?
This is something you've got to be aware of. You cannot say the M word within this car, but it's a bit of fun. You can treat it as fun. Cancel the instruction. Overall, it certainly is an interesting car. As I say, a little niche that nobody, and I certainly didn't believe existed. But I think it's good marketing. And of course, it remains a Mercedes-Benz. And that's what really counts. For Motor Matters, I'm Eleanor. I'll see you next time.